So the question is, what do you do when God bypasses what you want to give you what you need? The most obvious thing to do is to heal the man. But sometimes before God can do what is obvious and change your situation, he wants to work within you so that when he changes your situation, you will be ready to receive it. In the Jewish mind, sin and suffering were highly connected. So it was often assumed that if you were suffering, it was because of sin. Jesus dispels this in John chapter 9, when the man born blind was declared to be not a sinner, but blind so that the works of God and the glory of God might be revealed. We can't always connect situations with behavior. Yet it's something that he said, before I do anything for you, I want to do something in you. And that's where it takes faith, because it's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. To know that God is working. And you know who I thank God for in this passage? I thank God that this man had friends who believed for him what he might not have been able to believe for himself. And if I were preaching this at what's it called now? Youth X, used to be called Student Takeover. I can't keep up with all the names. I would preach the message around who are your for. That's really important. Who are your for? You got to have the right for, because the wrong for would have dropped him off at the door, but the right for were willing to put him where he belonged, at the feet of Jesus. Now, are they bringing you to Jesus or driving you away? But to me, they're not the primary heroes in the passage. Because other than Jesus, the most important people in the passage are the people who doubted him. I want you to notice something, and please pay attention to this. It's going to revolutionize the way that you see some of your resentments in life. When Jesus saw what the friends did for the man, he forgave him. But the man was still on the mat. When he heard the thoughts of the critics, or we might say haters, what the haters thought got the man healed. What his friends did got him forgiven. What his haters thought got him healed. I thought I'd give you 15 seconds to praise God for your haters. You might want to do it. Did anybody ever doubt you? Did anybody ever walk away from you? Did anybody ever stop supporting you? Did anybody ever walk away when it got a little tight? Thank God right now. Because sometimes God will use Judas more than he uses Peter. This is a messy message. This is a message for the people who are ready to thank God, not just for the ways he blesses me that feel good, but I thank him for my pain. I thank him for my heartbreak. I thank him for my disappointment. I thank him for my opposition. That's the second door. It's the door of opposition. One time Paul said, I'm staying in Ephesus a little while. And the reason I'm staying is not because the temperature is so great and the cuisine is so wonderful. I'm staying because there is a great and effective door of ministry that God has opened for me. And you know how I know there's an open door? Because there are many who oppose me. The reason that I know that God is blessing is because the enemy is so busy, and he would not be busy if God was not blessing me. Come on, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Thank him for the conflict. Thank him for the confusion. Thank him, thank him, thank him, thank him. Thank him for the thorn. His grace is sufficient. Thank him for the loneliness. Thank him for the wilderness. Thank him for the no's. Somebody say yes. If there had been no haters, he wouldn't have got healed. If there had been no weakness, you wouldn't be strong. If there had been no resistance, you wouldn't be so resilient. There are many who oppose me, but the opposition, I'm gonna calm down and say it for all the intellectual people. The opposition proves the opportunity. Okay, investment terms. The really good investments you don't know about unless you have money. It's a barrier to entry. The investments that most of us can invest in are not the best investments. The best investments are reserved for people. Now I'm saying this about money, but I mean it about battles and trials. See, the biggest battles are reserved for the people that God has his hand on, that he put a deposit in, and you cannot be defeated, because if he opened the door, nobody can shut it. So quit blaming your haters and write them a thank you note. Remember that youth pastor that stood up at Inside Elevation? Were you in here, Anna? He said, there's a lot of critics. I'm just getting started in ministry. What do I do about the critics? I said, what I said to him, he said, right there, right in that section. Sit down this week and write 3 thank you notes to him. From experience, I know that God will use some of that stuff to strip away your self-sufficiency. And if everybody is clapping for you, the crowd is not always your friend. So write them a thank you note. Because honestly, every time we have a baptism in the church, I think about it. Because the only reason we do baptisms every week instead of 2 or 3 times a year like we did for years is because of that news story that they ran about us, where they said we fake baptisms in the church. I still don't know exactly what a fake baptism looks like, but I don't care because it gave me an idea. If you're going to hit us at the point of our baptisms, what we'll do is not 2 or 3 times a year, but how about if every single week we put it in the devil's face that you can't stop. When God opens a door, I don't even care what they say. Let's while we're at it, let's ban the word hater. Because most of us don't have haters. We just have people who don't agree with us. And we label that haters. Okay? Your coach is not your hater because he is not going to play you right now. Your coach is a trainer. He is teaching you that you are not good enough yet to get playing time, Timmy. The reason, Timmy, you're not playing, Timmy, is because you're not a player yet. So thank your coach. He's not a hater. He's teaching you to be a player. So you need to thank that boss who was hard on you. My boss is a hater. No, you're late to work. Your boss is not a hater because she expects you to be on time. I saw a supervisor just give him some praise right there on the 8th row at Valentine. Thank God for it, because the opposition is the opportunity. I'm so anointed to say this to you right now. Feels like a freight train. This word is coming through the roof. It's coming through the teachers of the law. Jesus is preaching. Jesus is healing. Nothing can stop it. Jesus is preaching. Jesus is healing. Nothing can stop it. And he uses the opposition to bring the man healing. Now, what is God using in your life right now that you are trying to get away from? There's another door. There's another door. And this door is called obedience. The first door is disappointment. The second one is opposition. This one is obedience. And it is the kind of obedience that has to trust God in an impossible situation. See, What the friends did got the man forgiven. But there was something that he had to do to be healed. And it is by grace we are saved through faith. It's the gift of God. It's not of works. But faith expresses itself in works. Please don't sleep on me, brother. This is very important. It is your faith express. Jesus said, so that they may know who I am. It's not even about you anymore. And it's not about your dysfunction. And it's not about your limitation, not anymore. This is bigger than you. So I want you to do what you can't do. I want you to do what you've never been able to do. And the proof of my presence is going to be in enabling you to do something practical. Get up. Take that thing that they carried you in and lowered you down on. What you came in on, you're going out with. But instead of it holding you, you'll be holding it. Help me, God. Help me right now, because somebody's still lying on that mat. And you got resurrection power on the inside of you. It's on the inside of you. But you got to walk it out. That man came in through the roof, but he left out the same door that they wouldn't let him through when he got there. And what I'm declaring today by the Spirit of God is, if you will get up, you can get up. If you will forgive, you can forgive. If you will be whole, I'm not saying the mat will go away. I'm saying that you will not spend the rest of your life lying down on it and blaming others for the condition that you're in. So get up in front of all of these other people. Think about the courage that this demonstration requires, because the people that are watching this man are not even cheering for him. They don't even like the fact that he interrupted the service and that Jesus thinks he can forgive him. So now he has to get up and walk in front of people who don't want him to. Now he has to get up and take his first steps. When most of us took our first steps, somebody was cheering us on. But he has to do it in the face of conflict. He has to do it in the face of doubt. He has to do it in the face of critics. He has to do it in the face of people who didn't even want him in the room. And I wonder, are you willing today, in the face of adversity, in the face of weakness, in the face of everything that has been against your entire family, your whole life, will you get up? Will you become a door? When God wants to show people who he is, he picks somebody with an issue, and he wants to show who he is through you. Somebody say, there's another door. This is the door of revelation. And the people were not amazed when the roof came off. They were amazed when the man got up. They were not amazed even by Jesus's preaching. They were amazed by the man's demonstration. And there are some of you that are about to become a door for people to see Jesus through your life. And here's who he's going to pick. The people who were paralyzed, who have made a decision. I may not be able to get rid of my issue, but my issue is not keeping me from Jesus. See, there's another door. And when you've done all that you can do, and you've tried all that you know to try, and self-help isn't helping, and people have stopped believing in you a long time ago, and truth be told, you've given up on yourself. But God called me to be like those 4 men and carry you today and put you at the feet of Jesus. Let me tell you about Jesus. Jesus is not your average preacher. He is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the resurrection. He is the good shepherd. He is the true vine. And in John chapter 10, verse 9, when he got ready to say who he was, he said, I am the door. So if you want to come in, come on in. If religion locked you out, come on in. If your sin kept you out, come on in. I am the door. And because I'm the door, nothing can come into your life without first going through me. So, I've allowed some things in your life that you don't like right now. But don't let them paralyze you another day. Because all I'm asking you to do is walk through this door. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I do expect progress. I am the door. Your ex-husband is not. Your dad who wasn't there is not. Your own opinion of yourself is not. I am the door. And when I open a door in your life, no mistake, no sickness, no situation, even if they roll a stone to seal the entrance on Friday, I am the door. And when I speak, get up, the resurrection power